it. I thought it was the ice chest. I thought it was stuff getting knocked over here, just being really loud.
What'd you find, Jody? 3 more? Jody found possible 3 more tracks. We're gonna walk up on it.
1, 2, 3.
Just all clustered together there. What's up, everyone? This is Squatch Ranger Ryan coming at you. This is a NOBRO weekend, Native Oklahoma Bigfoot Research Organization. It's our fall camp out, and our destination we chose this go around is the Boggy Depot. It does have a creepy vibe, the weather and how the weather's acting, and it's fall and it's cool out. It has a Bigfoot-esque vibe to it. I'm really excited about the weekend. We have a cemetery that just borders this park, Boggy Depot Park. So I'm really wanting to check that out, maybe in the late night hours. So anyway, we're really excited. This weekend reminds me of about 1.5 years ago, we did a spring camp out at Hayburn Lake. And that Friday night, we all came in and there was a storm, and we had to wait out the storm there for a little bit, and then the rest of the weekend was great. Well, same kind of situation here. We had storms basically throughout the afternoon in this area and all across the state. And so a couple of us, we waited out the storms, and then we drove down here. Got here a little bit later than we wanted to, but we're here, and we're going to Bigfoot, by golly.
Called Boggy Depot Park. It's currently operated by the Chickasaw Nation. It has been a state park in the past. It's an area rich in history, pre-statehood, and after. We are kind of in between the area of the Clear Boggy Creek and the Muddy Boggy Creek. The park is closer to Clear Boggy Creek. And there are many sighting reports in this area. There's a history of creature activity in this area. The locals even call it the Boggy Depot Monster.
I'm here with my new thermal setup. It's Wi-Fi with it's wireless remote, pan and tilt. So anyway, this is a setup. Got it will go 360 all the way around, up and down. Anyway, we'll see how it works this weekend. Believe we'll have some activity just after a rain possibility, just like deer hunting or any kind of hunting. And anyway, we plan on using it tonight and tomorrow night.
So there are 2 Class A reports from the area that we found on the BFRO website for Atoka County, and they're both here near the park. One was a sighting just up the road here along Clear Boggy Creek, and then also a more recent sighting from about 2016-17, I think, was at a farm just outside the park here. It was during the summer, where some teenage boys saw one in a watermelon patch, eating the watermelons. So there's definitely lots of stories, local stories. They even have a local name for it called the Boggy Depot Monster. So the area has definitely a history of creatures along these creeks. There's reports not too far away near Colgate, in that area, also along the Muddy Boggy. So it's the area has a high potential. So we're excited about being here.
So we made it to Boggy Depot Lake. We just took a little hike from our camping area. And so now we're going to, like we told you earlier, it rained last night, well, all day yesterday. So now our plan is to just go around the bank of this lake. The rain could work in our favor, especially if something did come up here and take a drink. It would definitely capture a footprint right here at the edge, the outer banks of the lake. So we're going to walk around and see if we find anything interesting.
Yes. Yep.
But you can see where these prints got washed out yesterday. But
They could be people too.
they're about human sized foot.
Point to the other one again.
But this one out here in the water,
Right.
look
There.
at that one there. You can see some toes out there where Jody's shadow was at. So that's kind of interesting. Most of the prints that we found in this area of the shoreline are about human size, but they got washed out real bad in the storms yesterday. This print here is quite a bit larger. It's out in the edge of the pond. Oh, I'd say it's a couple of days, 2-3 days old. But it's interesting how wide and flat the heel, and it's longer and larger than these prints over here in the mud.
Check those out. There's prints out there in the water. You can see they went from out here to out there. Probably got washed out somewhat from the rain.
We just measured this track that Evans found. We're thinking it's 12 to 13 inches long.
So we're walking the perimeter shoreline of the lake here at Boggy Depot. We're finding some prints, but it rained so hard yesterday that a lot of them are washed out. But this looks like a 13-inch print here. You can see the big toe up in here. The measuring tape shows it to be about 13 inches. You can see a nice round heel here. It's interesting where it stepped on this rock, it pushed up this dirt. So very interesting.
Here, there's a bigger one. It's a wider footprint.
Okay.
You can almost see like a mid-tarsal break in it right there. You see it?
Yeah, I do.
That could be a footprint too.
Jody found this. It's 9 inches. It's a little thin. And then she found one over here, also about 9 inches. So it might be a juvenile, possibly. I do think they're pretty narrow.
They
Jody found this impression. Now we don't have any definite like toe definition or anything like that, but something made this, something caused this, yeah.
Hold on,
Something pushed the soil, as Jody says. Yeah, go ahead and measure it. We're here and this is what we do, so we're gonna measure it. I'm gonna guess 10 to 11. Just a guess. Let's see.
Well, about 1 foot if you go all the way to the end here.
Yeah? Okay, 12 inches?
Yeah.
Alright, 12 inches. So here's the same one, that was 12 inches. And Jody just spotted it. That's not, look, I mean, it's just this far right here. It's right here.
Surely they didn't step that far.
It's right here. We'll find another same style of impression.
Again, about 12 to 13 inches.
So that's consistent. And I mean, it's there, and then that's literally just, the next one's just right there. So I mean, there probably had to be a step in between that we're not seeing or something, but yeah, that's...
Evans, we found 2.
Here along the northwest shoreline of the lake, but you can see where something's been wading around out in the water. You've got a really good print right there. You can see the toes. You can even see the mid-tarsal flexion, mid-tarsal break there, the heel.
You can.
But you can,
Right
it's about
here,
close.
right here.
Yeah, you can see where they've just been walking along the
Yes.
wading out. There's several down here too.
There's another one with possible toes.
So either a person with either a human with a large foot, or the creature that we're looking for. But this is November. It'll be a little chilly for someone to just be wading barefoot out here. But yeah, for something to have no hesitation to wade out in the water this time of year, that's interesting.
1, 2, 3, 4. Where'd my 5?
Oh wow, look at this.
Yeah, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
This is interesting. Oh, man, I wish it had some toes. Look how large, but the sediment running down the hill in the storms just filled it in. But I mean, that would have been a great print. That's got to be at least 14, 15 inch print. 16 inches.
Wow. So that was not a human print then.
Just wish the
I know.
rain hadn't filled it in.
Wow. 16. Hey, let's get I haven't measured any width today. Well, let's do a width.
Seven inches.
16 by 7. Wow. So what's half of 16? 8?
Yep.
So that's in our range of the width.
Wow. And look at this here. Something big stepped right there and out there too. And out there even further. So a lot of these impressions that we're seeing out in the water are long, linear type impressions. someone asked, could it have been the fish? Because we saw some large carp in the water, but they would be floating above the bottom. They wouldn't make an impression like that. Now in the spring, when they go into spawning, they will fan out a hole to lay eggs in, a lot of species of fish, but they're going to make, it's going to be a cylindrical, it's going to be a spherical depression. So it's not going to be linear. It's going to be the way they fan it out with their tail. It becomes almost a perfect circle. So we're not confusing these with spawning beds that fish could make. It's a big print right there.
Do you see any kind of maybe signs of toes?
Yeah, you can kind of see where a toe slide starts here.
So that would be coming out of the water. Maybe it was crossing this little...
Probably just stepped across this little neck here.
If it's facing that way, so it was coming down this little hill. Just crossed right here, this little thin strip of water. And then stepped right there. If he's correct, then those are the toe slides. Let's get a measurement.
Oh yeah, you can really see toes a lot better from this angle. That is 15 inches.
Wow. So maybe that one over there that was 16, maybe it's 15, in the 15, 16 range. Well, this one's thinner. That one was 7 inches wide over there.
This is about 6.
Okay. So it's a little, maybe over there was the daddy and this is the mommy. Okay, so I came around to the other side of the water. Evan said you could see the toe depressions a little bit easier from this angle, so I'm going to zoom in, see what we're looking at here as it crossed. That's the best picture we can get of it without stepping in the water and getting wet and muddy. So yeah, you can maybe see some toe slides there at the top. So here's like really soft mud.
And something has torn it all up. I don't know if they were looking for mussels or... And there's some mighty big prints out there in the water. See them out there? So maybe something was digging here for freshwater mussels.
Yep, right here, big toe.
Big
Oh,
toe.
okay.
See the taper? Heel.
Oh, okay. Now I'm seeing it.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to guess that was there before the rain. But if that's, you got a measuring stick?
Is that a hog trap? What is that?
Yeah, it's a hog trap.
Well, that would explain the footprint.
That's exact. I said 16, didn't I?
Yeah.
That
I
was
was
16.
saying 14 to 15, so I was off.
16 by 6.5. 16. That's proportional, almost.
Mm-hmm.
It's within spec. If it is a track. If it is a track. So how many radios do we got? We got enough radios for everybody?
We got 6.
Now, I've got these two. They'll go a lot farther. I don't know. What's the range on these?
I don't know.
2 miles, 3 miles.
It's
Maybe
at least
a couple
2 miles.
Yeah.
So, let's see, Ryan and I are going to the cemetery area. Then Brian, what area are you taking?
Well, we were going along trails.
The trail. You and with Jody?
Yep.
On the trail.
We may go back and forth between the two of you. guys.
Right.
Okay.
That's a
Good
good
idea.
plan.
Right.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. And Chris and Charlotte?
And Tom.
And Tom, okay. Oh, you are going to the lake?
Yeah, take the thermal.
Thermal, the lake.
Yeah.
Hey, I wanted
And
to
the
point
road
something
down.
out on that.
It was in
But be
this...
careful, the hog's coming up behind you on that one slope.
I will. We'll keep somebody watching from behind.
where we found the most footprint activity was these coves and necks,
Right.
where it was real shallow and gentle slope, and they were just warm. So
So
Ryan and I will
high
stake
ground.
out the cemetery for a while, and then when we feel like that area has been thoroughly covered, then we'll probably head down to the lake.
Sure. Right. We can all rendezvous at the lake.
I know this is gonna
Rendezvous
sound-
at the lake. That's a good
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we've divided up into our teams. Me and Evans, right now we're in the cemetery. We've been here for a few minutes. We've been using the FLIR and his night vision scope. Haven't seen anything yet. We're seeing some black spots which represent cold. So there for a little bit we were kind of puzzled what's so cold, and we think it's like the name plates and stuff like that on the gravestones. So anyway, but we are looking for cold. Brian kind of warned us to look for cold as well as heat. So a lot of the gravestones are heating up brighter than others. So we're wondering why that is. But we're going to keep an eye on looking for dark spots that would be cold, maybe ghosts, since we're in the cemetery. That's not really our expertise and why we're here, but we're in a cemetery, so what can you do? But we're going to continue looking for heat signatures, and really our plan was to look back in this corner, back this way, because there's we're surrounded by thick woods all surrounding the cemetery, and we're thinking if they're going to come in, they're going to come in from that back corner, and so we're just going to keep scanning back that way and hopefully get some wildlife or a Bigfoot.
We have got one heat signature back to our left earlier, and we think it could have been possibly a smaller animal, probably a raccoon or a possum, or maybe even could have been a head popping up. We don't know.
Looking straight across the lake to the north in the woods, and there is some eye shine. It's partially, whatever it is partially behind a tree, but I recorded it. That's the only eye shine I've seen, but it's not down on the shoreline. It's back up in the woods, just inside the woods. So I think it definitely knows we're here, and it's just watching.
Whatever it is, it's upright, warm signal. I mean, it's possible it could be a tree, but
Yeah, I'm impressed with this.
so let's scan this graveyard. Looks like a lot of the tree trunks are still showing pretty warm. The gravestones are warm.
Probably Ryan's car.
We're now walking back to the car. We're hearing more stick breaks kind of slowly coming our way. So we're going to come back to the car and continue watching that tree line over this direction with the FLIR. Hearing lots of different animal noises.
Good eyes.
Somebody walk down there towards it.
Yeah. Yep. Wow.
Whatever that is, it's
Yep. Oh, did it just move or was that you?
it's me. Somebody walk down there.
See it? See the white spot?
Got a light,
That's, see it right in the middle of the screen. Ooh, you're brave, Tom. What if it's that mountain lion?
Well, I'm going to take off running.
Yeah, good luck.
Whatever it is, it'll run.
Yeah, what's up? She goes, there's somebody coming. So instantly I spin, I'm looking, I don't see anything. I go, where'd they go? She said, behind that big tree right there, which was maybe 15, 20 feet. And well, that's the way we're going to have to go because there was like a water runoff that wasn't quite as steep. And so she just grabs my arm, we walk down there, and I'm looking, I don't see anybody the whole time, so we go up.
So we just got off the phone with an eyewitness. We did an over-the-phone interview at our fall camp out, Boggy Depot. This eyewitness, his account was around the Oklahoma City area, the Stinchcomb Wildlife Refuge. And his time frame was from 2012 till basically now, the present. His daughter was around 7 years old at the time the encounters started happening when he would hike through Stinchcomb, and now she's around 17. So that's kind of the time frame. And he just like went through all these encounters of, being paralleled, hearing things in the brush, trees shaking, all the way up until a visual encounter where he described seeing kind of the back and he could see it breathing, the movement of it breathing, and it basically looked like a shadow to him. So it was an awesome interview. It will be coming out on my YouTube channel, Squatch Ranger. So please be on the lookout for that. But that really made this whole weekend camp out. That was just an awesome extra thing that went along with the camp out this weekend, was getting to actually hear from an eyewitness. That's what we love to do with NOBRO. We love hearing eyewitness accounts and eyewitness stories and getting to interview them. And so that was just really cool to get to do that over the phone with the whole group. And we all got to ask questions. This eyewitness asked us questions to help him. And sometimes people just need someone to reach out to. They need to get their story off their chest. And that's exactly what was going on with this eyewitness. He really wanted to tell someone what was happening to him, and just kind of, I think a little bit of a weight came off of his shoulders, getting to tell someone and have someone, like a group of people, not laugh at him, make fun of him, ridicule him. We're here to listen and learn. And
A bunch of rooster noises just throughout the woods, just making rooster noises. And then I heard a bunch of racket. I thought it was the ice chest. I thought it was stuff getting knocked over here, just being really loud. Well, it was this. And it was really loud, guys. And it wasn't once, but it was a couple of times making that noise.
This thing was about half full of the biscuits, and it looks like whatever it was took some of the soup stuff and the biscuits, and whoever it was spilled ashes in here because they obviously weren't familiar with this. But then, once they got what they wanted, they put the lid back on. That was a new one on me.